Mike Collins says he wants to push you off Social Security.
Hey man, what's going on?
What's up?
Let's get some slips ordered. What's up?
So it's very loud in the other chat.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those, now that I'm not driving, I'm listening to so much talk there is in there actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to get well, the stream's going. Just trying to get everything set up. I don't know where Rodi is right now, so.
Yeah, I probably watching it.
So I'm gonna watch at least the first race on my phone and then go to sleep.
Cool. Yeah, I got your.
He said he was gonna do the stream and stuff tomorrow, so that should be good. I sent a message in the lobby here just with some info for him, but he said he'd be able to set it and let it run. So
Nice. Yeah, I saw your message, so I figured you had talked to him.
Yep. Yeah, it should be good. We got some Empire logos on the car. So it'll be nice and visible on the stream. We got the big roof logo is an Empire logo, so
That's awesome.
be very visible.
Can't wait to watch it.
I was watching some of the one that just started because the first race was there's a 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. and then a 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that one just started. So I was watching some of that before I jumped over to here. And I think we'll be all right. Depends on what split we end up in. The top split's full of aliens, but I think we're still probably like a mid-pack team in the alien split. But I think we'll be pretty competitive if we're in the other one. Because in this one tonight, there's only 2 splits.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like one or the other. And like in the lower split, we'd be at the front from what we saw. Like Adam has faster laps than, like he was like as fast. He's as fast as the other two. And, but in the upper split, it's there's a bunch of animals at the front for sure. But I'm hoping because tomorrow will be, you know, a Saturday, and for the rest of the world a bit more. I'm hoping we have at least 3 splits and we end up in the middle, because I think that's the actual right place for us to be for a competitive race.
Yeah. A little bit more equal battlegrounds there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man, well, I'll be able to catch probably the first couple hours.
Cool.
Excited to see it. But then
You got a strong lobby over here tonight. You got 16 drivers in there.
yeah, see that, man. It's gonna be a pretty good race. Well, if everyone gets their shit together. we got 4 minutes left to practice, and I've been tuned in for about 7 minutes, and I've watched about 4 or 5 crashes.
Yeah, 2 of them are Ryan.
Oh, he must be super drunk, bro.
Ryan's had 2 like this lap. Like he got collected by someone and then he crashed on his own like 3 corners later after he got moving.
Damn. Well, it'll be fun either way. Season 3, race 2, open wheel. Everything can go wrong. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Trent's in there. Laney's back. That's cool. Jonathan's in there. Oh, nice. He had a good lineup.
Here and actually has time to practice and is looking. I mean, he didn't practice this week, but he had time. He's been in the practice lobby like the whole time, so should be doing something. Should be nice.
Yeah, I feel like this car is. I mean, this track's not too bad to learn, but the car itself takes more than one.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of adjustment. Yeah. I mean, he's got like he understands the open wheels to some extent, so I think that's helping him a bit. Like he's got the 7th fastest lap in practice, and like this is the first time he's driven the car.
Okay, yeah. What's he running?
He did a 30.5 was his fastest. He's been most. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, 35. Yeah, a lot of his laps have been in the like 31s. But like for race pace, I think that'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I did a I only did about 15 minutes of finagling with this car and track. And,
Yeah.
I put down a 33.4, so
Nice.
not bad for
No,
not having driven.
Yeah,
that
you'd be. I
Formula
mean,
Lights.
you'd be. That's faster than Alex is right now. Faster than Laney. Faster than Reese.
Okay, yeah. So
Almost as fast
if I
as
had
this
like a
Jonathan
solid
guy.
week of practice, I'd probably be
Yeah, you'd be right in there.
low
Yeah,
30s, but
you'd be in there. Yeah.
yeah, this is definitely there's some sections on this track that are concerning to me, like that little weird chicane that has like a lip on both
Yep.
apexes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
if you don't hit it, just dude, I watched another YouTuber that set down a like a 127.
Damn.
I was blown away. It was the most perfect
Yeah.
lap. I probably watched it like 6 times.
Yeah. I figured this one's fairly popular because it's an actual Formula One track and all that kind of stuff. And
Right. This
the
one's
big thing with
Montreal.
Montreal, yeah. The big thing with driving these cars though is that, like, the thing to remember, the thing I'm constantly reminding, or last week that I was constantly reminding myself, is that it has more downforce than horsepower.
Oh yeah,
Right,
100%.
like you're not really racing with the engine, you're racing with the downforce. The downforce is paramount.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
like a
manage to
momentum.
break the air off the car, you're toast.
Right,
Like,
it's a
you're just
momentum
toast.
car, and then there's like a
Right.
very fine balance on your braking. It's like you can't
Right.
hit more than like 75, maybe 80%.
Well, yeah, to not lock, but then there's also the, like, if you brake too much, you lose all downforce. So there's like a sweet spot right in the
Right.
middle, where, like, even if you don't lock, if you over brake, the car won't turn. And so you have to find that, like, kind of balance point. But once you find that and you start playing with the momentum of it, it's a car that, like, in a lot of corners, you're really, north of 50% throttle before the apex in a lot of corners, because you have to keep it generating downforce through the corner. So it's a little scary, I think, adjustment, especially for people with coming from the GT3s, where it's like haul ass down the straights and slow it up in the corners. This car doesn't actually have a ton of straight line speed. It has a ton of cornering speed, and so it's kind of the inverse for driving style and stuff. This is where it's going to be interesting, because now the sun's up, So it'll be interesting to see who can make the adjustment to how the track feels, because it's going to feel different for sure as soon as the sun's all the way up.
Yeah, at least for the first half of the pack, they'll be able to notice, I feel like, but the bottom half, maybe not so much.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Is there any section of this course where you're just absolutely blinded?
I don't know, because I haven't driven it. We're going to have that tomorrow at sunset, which is a stint that I'm going to be driving if our schedule holds.
Oh, fantastic.
Turns 1 through 3, and then 7, 8, 9 are all directly into the sun.
It'd be
And
sweet
those
as
are,
if you could get like tinted tear-offs.
yeah, right. But they're both of those are like a switchback. Like, one's a chicane followed by a really long, demanding sweeper, and the other one's like a switchback followed by a kinked sweeper. And, like, I'm gonna be blind for 20 minutes of the stint for those corners. I practiced it a bunch this week, that specific time period, for that reason.
Smart. Yeah.
But yeah, often in the Empire practices, because the session always starts at 7 a.m. Right, it's 8:30 now for qualifying. Often there's either during practice or quali, you've got the sun in your eyes somewhere. I remember last season when we did Donington, for the whole practice, half the track you had the sun in your eyes, and it sucked.
Yeah, I think the only point here might be like turn 8 or 10, where you have like a couple seconds of sun in your face, but that might be about it.
Yeah.
Looks like Reese overshot there.
Story of the year. All right, well, I'll bounce out and let you do your thing. Have a good broadcast. I'll watch a bit of it on my phone here, and I'll try to entertain you guys tomorrow, I guess.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Cool. See you, bud.
Talk to you later. All right, That was Zach Robertson joining me in the commenting booth for a brief moment. He's doing a stint in a 12-hour tomorrow, so that's gonna be fun to watch. They're doing 12 hours of Barcelona endurance tomorrow. We're wishing him the best of luck. Adam is also one of the 4 drivers they have. So 2 of our guys and then 2 of their buddies that they race with them. So some of the more hyper competitive. But tonight, season 3, race 2. We are in Montreal. Just under 12 minutes left of the qualifying here. Looks like not everyone has figured some things out, but mostly we're just having fun with it. Like we were just talking about, these are pretty underpowered cars for what they are, but lots of downforce, good grip. As soon as you break that downforce, you're in a wall or something worse. Now we're focused on Joey a little bit. Kyle not too far behind, figuring out his lane in the car. I love all these brief moments of dust and off tracks that we see in the background. See if we get any livery updates. I forgot I was not running trading paints, so I just booted it up. So anyone who's got a custom livery now, we should be able to see it. It's always more fun when you can race with the liveries in your car. Looking forward to the new livery for Rexy. I believe it's Samurai themed. It's already released, but I believe it's for the upcoming race in Suzuka. It's going to be a really cool race. I always love to watch those guys. Alright, we're 6 minutes into the quali. We should have some pretty decent times in here. Eric putting down a high 129, a lot of 130s. Didn't expect to see this many 130s. Very fast. Apollo also has a 129 in practice, and that is a 129.6. That might be the fastest time so far. Let's see what he puts down in qualifying time. Laney finding almost a whole extra second between practice and qualifying. Getting in the groove there. Looks like it's going to be a pretty tight grid between pretty much all 16 drivers. Love to see close times. Here coming into turn 8, keeping a nice smooth line. Followed closely by Austin. Really putting the pressure down on Elliott here in qualifying. Not always the best move, but sometimes you get caught up in the race before it actually starts. Hugging the wall there. Austin looking for an overtake. Looks like he might be able to grab it on the outside. He does secure that overtake. Must have had just a bit more corner exit speed in the last 2 corners. One thing I like about open wheel is you can actually see where the front end of your car is for the most part. So if you're really needing to hug an inside wall or something, it's pretty easy to minimize damage. One thing I'm seeming to notice here with these cars, you would think that they would lose traction pretty easily going too wide, hitting the dirt a little bit, maybe into the grass, but as long as these guys are keeping downforce, it doesn't seem to matter too much if you get 2 wheels off. driving this car effectively is like perfecting a dance, you know? If you got 2 left feet, it's just not going to work out. Oh no. Well, it looks like he recovered. Or she, no, it was Laney. She's got SpongeBob, I just noticed. Oh no! She's gonna run up on David's tire there. That's the open wheel racing for you. That's David we're seeing with the SpongeBob car. I can't get it now. I need to see a Patrick car. This is too good. This is why we turn on Trading Pigs. We get to see stuff like this. Alright, just under a minute left. Everyone will finish putting down their lap time for qualifying. Let's take a peek at where the standings are. Eric, Paulo, Adam, and Jose. We got the top 4, almost top 5, into the 129s. It's going to be very, very competitive. But then going into, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, top 9, almost the top 10. They were all, I mean, within tenths of each other, just down. 29.4, 29.7, 29.8, 29.9, 31, 33. Like, these guys are neck and neck. It's going to be an interesting race. If these top 5 guys, even if they keep it clean. Ryan going to be in position 8 for this one. Far cry from last week's.
I'm
Yo,
sure
what's up, man?
to tell you that the stream is not up.
It is
Just
not up.
It says upcoming, but it says waiting for the Sim Empire is what it says on.
That is wild because on my OBS I'm actively streaming.
Gotcha. Well, it's not going to YouTube. I don't know where it's going, but the YouTube one just says waiting for the Sim Empire. It says starts at 9:30, but it says waiting for the Sim Empire.
That is very odd.
Figured I'd tell you because I figured you were in here doing the whole spiel and it wasn't up there. So.
I mean, I am connected to the YouTube channel. It says we're live. It tells me how many viewers we got, all that nonsense. So
okay, my fault. Yeah, so if you click on the video itself, it just says upcoming, waiting on the Sim Empire. But if you click on the logo where it says live, it shows it. So I'll shut up and leave your chat.
That is interesting. Well, it should be on both, to be honest, but
it's not the video. Yeah, when you click on the actual video on the page, it's not working. But it says live around the logo, and if you click on that, it pulls up a.
Okay, well,
are they all sitting on the grid right now?
Everyone's on the grid. Yep, it was 15 seconds
okay,
left. Okay,
so
by the way.
Yes, that's accurate. Okay, so I'm gonna stop bothering.
No worries, man. No, I appreciate you checking out. All right, always looking out. It should be on both though. Even though we are live streaming, you can click on the live and watch the race. It should be also on the thumbnail. You should be able to click it, and it looks like our thumbnail might be incorrect. Which is another thing I'm gonna have to look into. I did upload the new logo, but it's not showing for some reason, so I will look into that as soon as I can. We got the green flag of a space car. We are live. Looks like we're not going to go more than 2 wide in this one. It's a very narrow track. that the real race has begun. We will see. And you got to remember, last season we were running with 15 incident points. This season we're only running with 10. So we're trying to encourage good, clean racing, and hopefully it pays off for all of our drivers. A little bit easier to earn yourself a penalty, so you really gotta practice these tracks, figure out the car, figure out your momentum, find a pace that works, don't push it too hard. Look at that, we got a little bit of a hard brake and a rear end there. Some of our guys would call that the Ass Blaster 3000. Who knows, there might even be a trophy for that at the end of the season. Ryan has easily gained himself 4 positions. That's a wild start for him. But I think last week he gained 11 or 12 in one race in the span of like 7 minutes. So he's definitely got the car figured out. The track might be something different, but he's showing all the work and practice he's put in already. At this point, P8 could have just been a starting strategy for him. I have no idea. Reese drafting really hard on the yellow car. I don't know how well drafting in these cars works out. I haven't had much practice. Only about 2 15-minute sessions in this car, and those were both solo, so I'm not sure too much about drafting in this car, but I'd imagine it could be pretty helpful at times. Looks like that might be Ryan's strategy as well. Gonna brake and go wide. Smart move. Try to take him on the inside of the next corner. And it looks like there's a bit of contact. Kyle's gonna get caught up in it. Nothing too crazy, but their wheels are locked together, so it'll be a tricky situation to get out of. Jose repping the most patriotic car I've ever seen. It's actually a pretty cool livery. I love the flag. Like the whole car is the flag. It's not just the flag on the car. Let's see who we got just behind him in there. Well, he's just been overtaken. I went the wrong way. There we go. That was awesome. He's hanging a little bit wide on the inside. He's gonna cut across, gonna keep it clean. Alright. Like to see it. Let's jump ahead to Ryan, who is he's putting some distance on those guys. I feel like if I take the camera off of Ryan for too long, I'm going to miss something crazy. Just ahead, he is hunting down SpongeBob himself, aka David. Now we have yet another incident in the back there. One slip up on this car is very unforgiving. Jose trading places. We'll see if that lasts any more than a few minutes. These guys are neck and neck the entire time. That's good. It's Paulo trying to make a pass up there. He's gonna get a nice clean pass. But now we got four cars bunched up. Pretty dangerous here. For a moment. Let's see here. We got Elliott back here, figuring out his groove. Looking good. Looks like he's going to put down some consistent mid to low 30s. Wow. Blaney is being hunted down and almost pulled out of an incident there, but Oliver's right. Yep, that's Eric behind her, and he just bounced off that wall and kept going like it was nothing. Eric already outpacing the rest of the grid. We are not even 10 minutes into this race. Too many yellows. I almost thought that was David there for a second. It was Jonathan. Reese locked up just a bit there, allowing Jonathan to grab that overtake. Another position gain for him. Let's see if he has what it takes to hang on to it. Puts him up into 13th. Always nice to capitalize on someone else's mistake. Looks like he's going to hold that pace for a little bit. Let's jump back to the exciting cam here. Joey gaining some extra speed here on the straight. Looks like it's going to allow for a nice pass. A little bit of contact there between these two. Looks like they're both going to survive it. A little bit more there. These guys are getting a little too close for comfort. It's not a zone I like to race in, you know? Especially whenever you're trailing someone that hard, you're drafting, you know, you really nose to bumper there. If you don't know that guy's braking zone, it's very dangerous, very risky. So you really got to know other drivers' strategies and techniques and really their habits of each track if you're going to be driving that close. There's no purple. Switching it up on me yet again. Looks like a nice clean pass by Andrew. Still got another turn to make here. He's going to secure it. Coming out of 14 though, it looked like he didn't quite have the exit speed that he wanted. Definitely got it now. He's putting a little bit of gap there, and he's already closing in on his next victim here. First. No. An unfortunate spin out here for Jonathan. That's going to cost him a little bit. Let's check back in on Ryan. Looks like he's had an unfortunate turn of events here. He's down to 6th position. Bouncing right off that wall there. Although this track is very simple, it is still very tricky for this car. Just keeping the right momentum, the right speed, trying to keep downforce on this car. All the corners are they're just different. Each of them are unique. You gotta remember where you're at, what your speed, what your gear needs to be at. Stuff to pay attention to. Got about 4 minutes left in this heat. Let's see how everyone is doing so far. We got Eric and Paulo first and second. Andrew not too far behind, followed by Jay and Jose. Pretty good spread here. Quite a few position changes down there at the bottom. people tidied up here in the last few minutes. If not, Ryan may have a chance to gain back a position or two. You just never know. Looks like the slightest bit of contact there that we had between Apollo and Eric, and see Eric one bit. Not enough to upset him anyway. He's going to keep right on setting his pace. Andrew holding P3 very well. This is the way out of this traffic. Ryan looking to close the gap on Joey. Only 30 seconds left. It's gonna have to, someone's gonna have to make a mistake. That was actually a really cool little shot there. You get the Jumbotron in the background. Laps, and then we'll have a little 3-minute warm-up period. Sort of some downtime. Grab a drink, tea break, whatever you need. Kind of like camera 2 with those ground shots. Maybe we'll focus a little bit more on that. quite the gap. One turn away from the finish line. Is it going to be enough for him to make that pass? Looks like not quite. I love when these guys dive bomb the wall. Alright, everyone's finishing up. And we got 3 minutes of downtime after this. And then our feature race. All right. Few moments left to grid. We will be ready for our feature race. Feature race is 20 minutes. Let's Looks like most everyone is already up. There we go, waiting on 2 drivers. One more to go, 15 seconds left. There he is. About to get this show on the road. Okay, someone's starting off a little bit early there. But we got the green flag. Everybody's full send now. Looks like some people are forgetting we are on cold tires. Oh, already quite a bit of chaos. Let's kind of jump to an overhead cam view. While these tires do need to warm up, your downforce and aero in this car should be enough to get you up to speed rather quickly. Elliot turning a blind corner, and amongst the chaos, it's going to take him out for a few moments. Luckily, we're just starting, so these guys will be able to have a chance to get their positions back, get everything back on track here. Got Austin there fighting for grip. Someone hit something. We weren't able to see it. Looks like that might have been back there. We got Adam, Joey, and Austin up in the fray here. Down the last straight, going into the first corner here shortly. Let's see how these guys keep it. Nice and smooth. Like Ryan got cut up in some of that early chaos. He's back in the P17, kind of mirroring last week's race, but we all saw where that ended up. Climbed from 17th to 2nd. the last week. Let's keep an eye on these guys as they approach corner 10. Cannot get out of this corner without getting down into first. They always struggle here. It's like a perfect... I don't even know. You gotta take that just right, just the right amount of speed, or else you don't have enough grip to make it around. Oh, these guys are battling for their lives out here on the track, and I'm struggling to keep my eyes open. It's been one of those long work weeks. We're building yet another motion simulator. I'm very excited to get that one up. Ryan seems to like to make progress whenever the camera's not on, so we're going to go back to the exciting cam. Joey holding down 5th again, keeping it consistent with the last race. He has found his groove. Cosentini with a very cool looking livery. It's like white and like cloud blue. Ooh, a little close on the inside. We're gonna have contact. That is unfortunate. Paulo hanging out in front, being hunted down by Eric. We know Eric's gonna want that position back, so there's gonna be some action somewhere in this race. Oh man, it's got to be so menacing, Jose. If he, well, these cars don't really have rear view, but you see this guy in your mirror, and all you see is SpongeBob's face hunting you down every corner. The stuff of nightmares. Oh no, who is that behind Elliott? That was Gavin, spun out. Maybe turned in a little too hot, locked up the rear. Elliott will be able to rest a little bit easier there without the pressure. I can't get over that. That's amazing. We should do like an entire montage of David, all his incidents, all his passes. We'll play some SpongeBob music in the background. Here. Not too close to any traffic, but he's not too far behind either. You know, these guys are very, very tight, consistent lap times. Like, these guys are very close. Taking on Kyle's last lap. It was a high 131. It's still very fast. Mid-race. Just found his groove. Keeping it clean, not pushing too hard. Doesn't leave too much room for error. Pretty flat out through the rest of these sections up until turn 10. That's about the hardest section for me right there. Coming out of 8, threading the needle there. If you put that curve just the wrong way, you're gonna upset that car. Nice little 4-wheel drift there out of turn 10. Not enough to lose grip though, but looks like it gave him a little bit of a closer gap between the guys he's chasing. Oh, that is unfortunate. He's gonna spin out, locked up the brakes just a little bit. See, that might have given him a penalty yet, and he's gonna have to hit the pits. So let's see. That's gonna put a couple of these guys up pace. Just making the overtake on Trent there. Came out of that corner very quickly. Love to see an in-car replay of that one. Like Ryan may have racked up enough incident points for a penalty. check in. Reese is also joining him in the pits. Adam almost out in front. He's in P3. Quite a bit of distance between him and who else we got? I'll have to come up here and see Eric and then Paulo. At this point, these guys aren't exactly hunting each other down, so let's check in first with Eric. He's coming up on Laney there. Might have been a little bit of tire rubbing there, but nothing too serious. Probably not enough for a point. It's all tiny Paulo. There we go. Pretty much right on the line there. Must be the sweet spot. Not too eventful when they're all spread out like this. I like them all clumped together. We need some more incidents. Alright, we got just under 2 minutes here. I'm sure most everyone's noticed, but Montreal does not have a lot of areas for track limits, so most of these penalties are going to be served purely from contact. Spin out there on Jose and Austin. Austin hunting down Jose really closely here. Let's see. Only has a few short moments to make a move. These guys are going to fight for 5th and 6th like their lives depend on it. Luckily they don't, because damage is turned off. Alright, out of 11 down to the back 2 straights. He's going to keep that defense up. He's not going to give it up. Looks like he will be able to hang on if he doesn't get drafted here. Nice and clean. Ooh! Very close call for Austin. Someone went off course there. Not sure if that was SpongeBob car or not, but luckily Jose and Austin were able to clear it. It is always there's a lot of blind corners. You turn a corner and cars crash if you don't have good reaction time. Sometimes not even a good enough reaction time can get you out in one piece. I'm not sure what happened there with Austin. Might have turned in a little too tight. But he's going to spin out. Jose's going to pull away. All but securing 5th place. Austin's going to drop possibly another position here. We shall see. He did lose a lot of speed when he recovered. These guys are side by side. Too wide into turn 1. Austin's going to take him on the outside. He's going to eat that curb and survive it. It looks like that was enough for Austin, and Andrew's going to pass him back. Finish out the lap. Let's go quickly to our results here as everyone's finishing up. Paulo securing first, followed by Eric, Adam, Jose, no, Joseph, and then Jose. Those are our top 5. Very tight race. A little bit of an unfortunate hiccup back here for Ryan and Reese. There was a lot of loss in their accident they got caught up in. And that is going to end it for Season 3, Race 2. Follow us next week